Alright, after making 2 videos bashing Toei, I wanted to take a quick break on it, at least till the Katakuri fight wraps up in like, what, a few months? Seriously, that is like the most dragged out fight ever. Someone requested it, and yeah, it's really a travesty. Post time skip has just been a mess, like a real mess. Reboot the whole series, I say. But yeah, I've been thinking, after Luffy defeated Katakuri and making a big mess with Big Mom, he got a bounty jump to 1.5 billion berry, or dollars, or gold. I don't know what a berry equates to. Give me a second. Okay, it's the yen. Supposedly that would make Luffy worth 1.3 million US dollars. Can someone account for inflation? Bounties don't make any sense. All this guy does is complain. Yes, I complain, but it's all in good fun. But bounties, they make no sense.
What does this have to do with this case? Nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, it has nothing to do with this case. It does not make sense.
Okay, some of it makes sense, and I'll explain that quickly. And I guess I have to go top to bottom and explain. What's a bounty? Well, it's essentially a reward gifted by the world government. The bounty poster indicates whether the pirate is wanted, dead, or alive. We've had only one noticeable example of a pirate wanted to be captured alive, and that was with Vine Smoke Sanji. I'm just going to keep calling him Sanji. This implies that influential families or people of authority can sway the government mandates. The world government typically wants the pirate alive so they can perform an execution, which you would think would cost more money and make this following reasoning stupid, because according to chapter 107 of the One Piece manga, a dead pirate will cause a 30% discount off the originally stated bounty, which I don't know how publicly available that knowledge is, but I don't think it matters. 30% off millions upon millions of dollars or yen or whatever is still a pretty good chunk of change. So far, we've only had one real example of a bounty being cashed in, and that was with Blackbeard apprehending Fire Fist Ace, a man with a 550 million berry bounty. Fucking why? Okay, now I can start complaining about them. Why the fuck does this guy have such a ridiculously high bounty? Like, it's a big number. More so, what really is factored in to a bounty? According to the One Piece Wikia, it states that it's the general threat level to the world government. And of course, physical strength can play a part in factoring, because obviously we're dealing in a universe with super powered pirates. However, if you actually look at the pricing of some pirates, this is where, using relative numbers gets silly. For example, Ace is a very important character. He is the son of the most powerful and famous pirate ever to sail the seas, Gold D. Roger. He's also the third in command of the strongest crew on the seas, pre-time skip, the Whitebeard Pirates. He's a Logia type user with the Mera Mera no Mi, or the Fire Devil Fruit. Ace is strong enough to wipe out entire fleets of ships with a single punch, and is a user of Conquerors and Armament Hockey. The guy is crazy strong and has a reason to have such a high bounty. Now, let's compare him to someone with a similar bounty level, Enel, the god of lightning. This guy could destroy entire sky islands with a simple flick of his wrist. Granted, he doesn't have a confirmed bounty, but when the author Ichiro Oda was asked, he stated that it would be about 500 million berry. I mean, being able to destroy islands easily and being essentially a destructive powerhouse would make sense that your bounty would be so high. But let's compare him to another person with a ridiculously high bounty level. Charlotte Katakuri. I will always call him Katakuri because saying your first name is Charlotte or last name is Charlotte just takes away the coolness of you, just saying. He's got a bounty of 1 billion berry. What the fuck? Okay, so Enel and Ace are like island busters. Ace is like sailing around with a Yonko and sometimes by himself, just taking people out and being an active threat. What did Katakuri do to get such a high bounty? All he does is just sit around eating donuts. You ever see this guy do anything? Now, I'm gonna be fair, Katakuri is one of my favorite characters. He reminds me a lot of Orin from Final Fantasy X, that really cool guy with like one arm and a sling. The only good character in that entire game next to Lulu. He's cool as hell. He's stoic and serious, but unlike Katakuri over here, he uses a sword instead of mochi to attack you. But it just seems kind of silly to have such a high bounty on him and his siblings, like Cracker, Smoothie, Sparrow, and Snack. They have higher bounties than the son of the most famous pirate ever. And his devil fruit is objectively stronger. It's the fire one. The Big Mom pirates, and by extension Yonkos, don't really do much anymore. They sort of just occupy kingdoms. Now, are you going to tell me Cracker was a bigger threat to the world government than Fire Fist Ace? Nigga turns himself into a cracker versus the god of fire. One is the bastard son of some fat bitch. The other is the son of the god of pirates. You, as the bounty maker in the world government, you decide who is worth more. Because apparently, Cracker just beats Ace. Oh, but Wyatt, bounty levels don't actually mean they reflect the power level, just the threat level. A Cracker is a lot more threatening than the god of fire. I think this is a good as time as ever to just start talking about Luffy. Luffy is an interesting case for bounties. The guy has had 6 recorded bounties, the most change in value for a character in the entire series. And it makes sense. He's the main character and we get to see his progress throughout the series. So let's go over how his growth took place. His first bounty. Luffy's first bounty of 30 million was achieved after he defeated the low-tier pirate Arlong and assaulted Captain Nezumi, the corrupt marine who took bribes from Arlong and allowed him to extort money from the innocent people of Gosa Village. The 30 million bounty may seem small if you look at how ridiculous the numbers get later on, but it was the highest recorded bounty in all of the East Blue, easily surpassing the trash tier pirates Luffy beats up in that saga. Since Luffy defeated these pirates, it would make sense that his value would be greater than them. He defeated Buggy the Clown and some guy called Don Krieg who got one-shotted by Mihawk. He beat Wapple. Actually, yeah. Luffy's second bounty of 100 million berry was achieved after defeating the pirate warlord Crocodile, a powerful Logia user with the power to control and become sand, which is ridiculous because he's taking over Saudi Arabia. Like he's all over the Middle East. He's controlling all the sand in that world. It's crazy how powerful he theoretically should have been. His value was originally 81 million. I say was because in the One Piece universe, if you're a pirate that has done an incredible feat, the world government actually rewards the pirate. This is really how dumb it is. It sounds really weird. They get to become a Shishi Bukai, or a pirate warlord. Essentially, the government gives them special privileges as long as they sign their rights away to the world government and try not to get in too much trouble. As we've seen with Crocodile and Doflamingo much later down the line, Jesus, this is a long series, the government doesn't seem to monitor their activity too well, just like real life. And what makes this system silly is that their bounty value is frozen from their last crime, which leads into discussions of who is actually stronger than whom and what's your actual reflected value, how much are you really worth? Is Crocodile criminally weaker than all the other warlords? Is he only a few bits stronger than Boa Hancock? Well, no one freaking knows because Nico Robin was almost worth as much as Crocodile as a little girl. But here's where we get the idea that the government just wants to round to nice even values with Luffy. Hey, you beat off this guy who's 81 million berry. He was previously worth like 30 million. Let's make him a nice 100 million. But it leads into the question, what does the government value as a threat to them? In this point in the series, I don't really get it. Luffy and his crew saved an entire country. And furthermore, before that, he was basically just playing janitor and cleaning up all of East Blue by beating up Don Krieg, Arlong, and that one guy with poop on his suit, the poop butler. Oh man, his next bounty is a big jump. Very big. It's actually the biggest jump until we get to the Katakuri nonsense. He jumped all the way to 300 million berry. Since he burned the world government flag, that's 100 million right there, and busted Nico Robin out of the clutches of the world government, that's 100 million right there. Since Nico Robin can read poneglyphs, and since she's the only one who can read poneglyphs, and you need to read poneglyphs to know where the One Piece is, you know, the thing that made the pirate era, you think that would be crazy dangerous to the world government. And the world government knows Luffy has her. Why is his bounty not greater than Ace's at this point? You have the answer to the One Piece. This is the point where I'm even more confused by bounties. Yeah, it's cool he's got a big ass number, but this is infinitely more threatening than Cracker or some guy made of mochi. His next bounty's dumb. It's just dumb. It doesn't make any sense at all. You know how I got kind of frustrated just a second ago about his 300 million bounty? Well, this one's dumb. He gets a bounty of 400 million. And if you read the Wikia, like, I don't know, if I was the guy assigning bounties, this would be easily worth like the same amount as Cracker. He first beats up Gecko Moria, a pirate with a humongous bounty, punched out a world noble in the face and potentially killed him, or at the very least, like I mean, bar none, just at the very least, crippled him for life. Luffy sent him through all the bleachers, like all of them. He broke every single bone in that dude's body, sending him through all the bleachers. Next thing, he broke out of Impel Down and freed a crap ton of prisoners. He befriended Whitebeard and participated in the Battle of Marineford, assaulting many Marines, including the admirals, and he was successful in freeing his brother Fire Fist Ace. And on top of all that, it was revealed his dad is Monkey D. Dragon. Everyone now knows Luffy is the son of the most wanted man on planet Earth. Monkey D. Dragon is so wanted, he doesn't even have a bounty. You basically get access to the Dragon Balls if you capture or kill this guy. It's just a measly bump of 100 million. He doesn't even surpass Ace yet, and neither does his fifth bounty. Okay, his next bounty, it still doesn't beat Ace. He's 50 million short. After freeing another country by punching the Christ out of Doflamingo, they just bump him up to 500 million. Like, you know, all that stuff that I just fucking listed, breaking out of jail, beating up another warlord, saving Ace, you know, doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, apparently this singular one-time event of punching Doflamingo in the face equates to that. You see how none of this makes any sense? And here's the gut puncher. After defeating Katakuri, he got a clean jump up to 1.5 billion berry. I give up. If Luffy had no bounty, like nothing, it would theoretically make sense that beating the shit out of this guy would give him a bounty of 1 billion clean, right? I mean, look what happened to Crocodile. He beat his ass of 81 million and then just became a clean 100 million. A jump of 500 million to 1.5 billion for beating up some mochi dude? Fuck all the events leading to this. The whole Marineford War, cleaning East Blue, saving 2 kingdoms, actually 3, if you remember the Walpole arc. No one remembers that arc, no one cares. Assaulting the world government at Aeneas Lobby, revealed as basically Satan's son, assaulting a royal family member. Yeah, all that is worth only like a little bit less than Fire Fist Ace. Beating up a mochi man, 1 billion. Fuck me, this is stupid. Okay, so we went over how much Luffy has grown. He's a pirate with an impressive track record. Then let me ask you, what in God's name did Smoothie do? Like, that's the general reason I think bounties are silly. You sort of have to mentally extrapolate exactly what a specific pirate had to do or what some dude in the world government is smoking to come up with these kind of values. My favorite villain in the series, and I know it's cheesy, is Blackbeard. He's got a bounty of 2.2 billion, and honestly, I think that makes sense. This guy is a dangerous asshole. He was able to defeat Ace, executed Whitebeard, albeit Akainu did like 90% of the work, He recruited the strongest pirates in all of Impel Down, the level 6 ones, and is the only man to have access to 2 Devil Fruit powers, both of which are like arguably the best ones. I mean, I think Big Mom's has a great one too. He has the ability to absorb everything, and the other is to destroy the fabric of reality. Since he has the highest bounty in the series, I think it's fair to say that he is the upper limit. Like this is as high as you're able to get, and you can gauge threat levels based on him. So let me ask you, is Luffy reflecting a threat level similar to Blackbeard? Well, kinda, yeah. I think he's worth $1 billion. I mean, Luffy did what Blackbeard did. He went island hopping, going from like, place to place, got a big, awesome crew, broke out of Impel Down with prisoners, participated in the Marineford War, and has connections to extremely powerful pirates of the old era. Blackbeard is essentially like a nega Luffy, but he's also an actually evil pirate, like what a pirate should be. And Luffy is just some adventurer. So in the eyes of the world government, Blackbeard should be objectively bigger than Luffy in terms of threat level. But the two of them are still very, very, very noticeable threats, worthy of their huge price tag. The problem is, Luffy got his valuation after he beat up Katakuri. I mean, before that, he was only worth 500 million. So it's up to you guys. Did that guy at the world government actually tabulate all the past transgressions Luffy committed? Or is it really all tied to Katakuri? I don't know what to believe, but I like Luffy's new bounty because I feel like everything he's done leading up to this point means that bounty reflects his true threat level. I think it fits and puts him in the upper echelon of pirates that that's where he belongs. Tony Chopper is worth $100. Well, thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to make a ranty type video, just making fun of bounties. I might make another one about bounties, like just categorizing them, because it is fun. It's more fun than power levels in the Dragon Ball community. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on them. I apologize for how cheap this video turned out looking. I promise, if you're new to this channel, I edit very well. It just turned out this script was a little bit longer than I thought it would be, and just needed something to put out for the channel. You know how it is. If you like the video, please feel free to subscribe, do all those things YouTubers ask for, but mostly drop a comment. I do read all of them, and I highlight a few of them. Please tell me what you would like me to cover next. I am going to cover the Katakuri fight and maybe the East Blue remakes, because it's just, I got so many things I can analyze on this goddamn series. Anyway, with that being said, have a good day. I have like a whole list of shit that I want to cover, but really the bounty stuff doesn't make any sense. Who is printing this money? Well, what does Barry buy you? Apparently it's worth $1, but how much is $1 worth in that universe? Like, if I convert Luffy's bounty, he's like 1.3 million USD today. Like, if you account for a consistent 2% inflation each year over the course of like 300 years, which is when Blackbeard was alive, he'd be worth $500 billion. Listen, you can like judge a lot about a currency by the small things you get with it. I don't know. Like, for example, in Hong Kong, China, I can buy a can of Coke for like 7 Hong Kong dollars because the conversion rate is like 1 USD gets you 7 Hong Kong dollars or $8, I think. So your money is going pretty much like a 1-to-1 ratio. But if you go to the Philippines, 1 USD gets you 50 pesos or 55 pesos. I think the last time I went, their money's very volatile. I can get myself a can of Coke for like 12 pesos, which is crazy. It's like I'm getting 4 to 5 times my value. So I can get 4 cans of Coke for $1. So again, what's the buying power? What can 1 yen buy me? So I went online and I tried calculating it. And like no one is able to really give me an answer. I was like, if anyone wants to answer it, I guess, Frankie bought essentially 480 tons of atom wood for $200 million yen. Let's just say that. Let's just do the flat conversion. And the going price of lumber today is $40 a ton. So I think it's like per ton of wood, he made like he would pay 17 million yen, which, let me do a calculation. Shit. I think it's like 17 million or something like that. I kind of refuse to believe that 1,000 Sunny is worth like $155,000, but it also seems like it kind of would be believable. I don't know. So someone help me with my math. I might like pin a comment on it, but this is the extras. Who cares? Bye, everyone.